They say that other people's opinions are like everybody's got one, but nobody wants to look at yours because they look bad and they smell bad and they release gas. In this video, we're going to talk about how to not care what stupid people think about you. Hi, my name is Tyus. I make videos about personal freedom, living your best life. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do so now because your opinion matters to me, and I know that you're enjoying these videos if you hit the subscribe button. And speaking of opinions, other people's opinions can be really crippling. You know, they can feel overwhelming, they can feel suppressive, they can feel downright crippling. But there's a good reason why people's opinions of us feel so dramatic and so impactful. A few thousand years ago, we lived in small tribes of people. And if we did something wrong, other people would decide our fate. Their opinion is what would decide whether we were going to be punished or exiled or even killed. So we have evolved to really care deeply about what other people's opinions are of us, because back then it was a matter of life or death, but it's not that way anymore. Sometime in between then and now, if somebody swipes left on your dating profile, it ain't gonna kill you anymore, even though it feels like it will. Now, since it feels real, we've gotta take real action. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 6 things you can do about it, starting with a lesson I learned back when I was in high school from a very simple book called The Precious Present. Wow, that is really hard to say. I'm wearing Invisaligns for the first time, and I don't think I can speak very clearly. I think I might have a lisp all of a sudden. But you know what? This book, The Precious Present, was groundbreaking to me. It changed the way I think about things, because up until that point, I cared a lot about what people's opinions of me were. I lived in that moment of ideating on what they had said about me in the past. And I also tried to constantly think about what might happen in the future if their opinions stayed that way. And what this book taught me, and it's a very simple book, it's like a child's book. You can read it in about 10 minutes. It taught me that it's really important to stay in the present moment. Anxiety is something that comes from living in the future, basically focusing your mind on the future. And regret is something that comes from focusing your mind on the past. Now, that's not to say that there's not value in planning for your future or learning from your past. Both of those are very, very good things. You just don't want to spend all of your time there focusing on something that ultimately you can't control. That is nothing but fantasizing, and often if you're fantasizing about something that is bad or negative, well, that is literally living a nightmare. The next thing you can do is that you can ask better questions. Other people's opinions of you do carry meaning, but only the meaning that we give it, only the meaning that we grant it. And ultimately, meaning comes from the questions that we ask ourselves. So if I ask questions like, why do people hate me? It presupposes that people hate me. So I've already guaranteed in my head that people hate me, when that might not be true. If I ask the question, why am I not good enough? Well, my brain's gonna come up with a lot of really great answers why I'm not good enough, because I've already told it I'm not good enough. Now I'm just asking why. Or if I ask, why do I suck? Well, that presupposes that I suck. It's much better to ask questions that are going to lead to something more positive, like, what is the misunderstanding? Or better yet, how is this an opportunity? Or will this matter in a year from now? Or does this thought that I'm currently having serve me? Or what did I learn or gain from this situation? The questions you ask are vital in determining what the world around you and the meaning it has is. And so decide to ask better questions. If you find yourself asking limiting or negative questions, it's not serving you. Make sure that you're asking yourself something empowering. The next thing you can do is you can change your focus. You don't want to focus on the negative. You don't want to put fuel on the fire. You don't want to feed the trolls. Do you know where that comes from? Well, people leave comments about everything online, and the people that leave negative comments are called trolls. And if you respond to those comments, like let's say you leave something negative underneath this video, I'm not going to respond to it because I don't want to put fuel on the fire. I don't want to give that person that is providing negative intent, I don't want to give them more opportunity to respond and to spread more negativity. So ultimately, I want to focus on the things that are positive, that are bringing me what I want or moving me toward the things that I need in my life. what you focus on is going to be really important. So focus on what you want, or your goals, or your loved ones, or your passions. Those are the things that are going to produce the results you want most in your life. Don't focus on the bad. Now, how do celebrities handle the amount of hate or comments or other people's opinions that they get on a regular basis, because they've got a much bigger audience that is constantly bombarding them with ideas? Well, Joe Rogan, the famous podcaster, UFC commentator, and stand-up comedian, he simply does not read his comments. It's that easy. If he posts something online, he calls it post and ghost. He basically writes it and leaves. He doesn't want to read what somebody has to say about it. Other celebrities hire somebody to take care of this for them so that they don't read other people's comments. They hire a team. They have a PR team, or they've got a social media management team that deals with this for them so that they don't have to read it. But the truth is, most celebrities, they're simply desensitized to what they see because they've seen so much of it. And at a certain point, they have changed their frame of mind to laugh at it rather than cry from it. And that is something that you can do too. If you've got somebody's opinion that's driving you crazy, that is not serving you, that is not uplifting, that is not helpful, that is not improving your world, maybe you can just look at that as an opportunity to desensitize yourself, to toughen your skin. The next thing you can do is you can grow your self-confidence. Now, if you know who you are, what you're made of, what you're capable of, that is like having mental armor. That strengthens you, and that is simply called confidence. It makes you way more attractive, way more assertive. It empowers you. It makes you feel assured, self-assured. And I made a video specifically on this topic. So if you're curious about how to grow your self-confidence, there's going to be a video linked right up here. It is definitely worth checking out, because this is, I wouldn't say necessarily a skill, but a personality trait that you can grow and develop that will make you feel better and more resilient when somebody's opinion does not serve you. Memento Mori is Latin. It comes from Stoics from the 16th century, and it means remember that you will die. I know that is super, super morbid, but it's also really important when you're talking about overcoming other people's opinions of you, because knowing that death is eventually going to come to all of us is a reminder that life right now is incredibly precious, that time is precious. Steve Jobs said, remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. In other words, don't waste this moment. Don't let other people's opinions get you down when this moment is as precious as it is right now. If you're willing to accept anybody else's opinion of you, then why don't you take my opinion of you? I think you are literally one of several billion. You are incredibly special. You are nothing short of a miracle. Whether you're looking at that from a religious perspective, a statistical perspective, a scientific perspective, you're amazing. And anybody's opinion that is anything less than that might as well be disregarded, because the words I just said are 100% true. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. I certainly enjoy making them. I would love to hear your opinion. Let's keep it positive, but you can leave comments below. You can share this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It means the world to me, and it helps me with this crazy algorithm that is YouTube. And I hope to see you on the next video.